When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. That's 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11. Childish dreams are usually selfish dreams. As we grow up, most of us come to realize we're not the center of the universe. Our dreams expand to include other people. We can't get along without other people. It was John Donne, a preacher, who first wrote, "No man is an island unto himself." But I was an island unto myself for nearly 50 years. Before then, my dream was selfish and, as it turned out, not very practical either. I have an excuse for being self-absorbed for longer than most kids are, but I have no excuse for staying that way for nearly half a century. I was born prematurely. Doctors put me in an oxygen tent right after I was born. They didn't know back in the 50s that this burns out a baby's retinas. The same thing happened to Stevie Wonder. I didn't wind up completely blind like he is, but I was almost blind. As a kid, I was always running into things, and I was always going to the doctor's office to get my head stitched up. So I daydreamed and I doodled myself all the way through school. I couldn't see. In the 6th grade, as a joke, I borrowed a friend's eyeglasses. I was shocked to discover that the world is just as clear as the pictures in books, or the pictures I was doodling. So I got my own pair of very thick glasses. It was too late to turn me into a straight A student, too late to make me the popular person that I wanted to be. Needless to say, it was too late to turn me into a super jock. So I remained comfortable more with pictures and with books than with people. I'm not very artistic, but I can draw well enough. I'd had plenty of practice doodling my way through grade school and through high school. When it came time to pick a college, without a whole lot of enthusiasm, I decided to study architecture. So I got into school, graduated, got a job, and then designed buildings for the next 20 years. I was a good worker, maybe better than average, but I soon found out that architecture is a field where it's not what you know, but who you know. Since I was a nobody, I didn't get very far. No looks, no money, no connections whatsoever. I bumped my head into a glass ceiling, something I didn't see coming, just like the old days. So I wasn't a player. I lived from paycheck to paycheck like most of us do. I was still stuck in solitary confinement. I fervently prayed for release. My 90-second speech also mentioned how this prayer was answered. The economy tanked in 2008. Until then, as an island unto myself, I had entirely leaned on my own understanding. When my first career vanished practically overnight, it was a God-given opportunity to let go of my old, unrealistic dream. I was back on square one. I was ready to get a fresh start, to pursue a much better dream. I don't worry about how this dream's going to turn out. It's not exclusively about me anymore. I only have to go wherever the unseen hand of Providence may choose to lead me. I have a path. I don't have a plan, but I do have a path. You do too. We all do. I've been following my path for over a decade now, and it's full of surprises. Plenty of twists and turns. I never get bored. The latest twist in the trail has been trying to get into the nursing program at Atlanta Tech. I haven't gone too far down this path, not yet, but so far, so good. If it leads me where I hope it's going to be a blessing not only to me, but to others as well. I didn't stumble into it, not like awful career number one. I was led into it. If you're looking at it from the outside, it seems kind of crazy. I'm not exactly a spring chicken, you know, but looking at it from the inside, from my viewpoint, I think it's the best thing I've ever done. My so-called former friends say I'm acting the fool, but they say there's no fool like an old fool. I'll finish with another verse from 1 Corinthians. This is from chapter 1, verse 25. For the foolishness of God is wiser than man's wisdom, and the weakness of God is stronger than man's strength. I'm finally connected. I'm still nothing, less than nothing. But to repurpose something I said earlier, it's not what you know, but who you know. Like Job, a man I can very well relate to, I know that my Redeemer liveth. So I don't have to be wise. I don't have to be strong. All I have to do is keep moving.